Dolphins receiver Tyreek Hill wants out of Miami after missing the playoffs for the first time, and I think the perfect spot for him to play the rest of his career is the Denver Broncos.
I'm opening the door. I'm out, bro. So it was great playing Hill, but...
How's it going today? My name is Jesse McNamer, and welcome to Point of View. Before we get into it today, I just want to say we always appreciate your feedback. Look forward to reading your comments like the one we've got here. Also, be sure to stay tuned to the end of this episode to see if you can guess today's trivia question down below. To today's topic, is Tyreek Hill going to get his wish and end up with a perennial contender next season? I sure hope he does, because he's way too fun to watch to be sitting on his couch with the rest of us for the next few weeks. But this past season in Miami wasn't all that fun for him, and he had his worst statistical season since his rookie year. Still, he caught 81 passes for just under 1,000 yards and 6 scores. For most wideouts, that's a pretty solid season. But for Cheetah, it's the first time he didn't reach 1,000 receiving yards since 2019. Now, there were some uncontrollable factors that played a part, such as his lingering wrist injury and Tua missing some time. But regardless, the Dolphins didn't make the playoffs. That's a big reason Hill wants to find a new home. And judging from some of the post-game comments from Miami head coach Mike McDaniel, I think the Phins may have some interest in parting ways as well. Hill didn't play in the fourth quarter of Sunday's loss to the Jets. It seems like it wasn't injury-related at all. Here's what McDaniel had to say about that situation after the game.
I was informed that he was unavailable right before a drive. I was not informed that it was a new injury, and I think at that point in time my focus was on the players, and I didn't take the time to go try to figure out more into that. Just there was guys on the field that were competing, and we were trying to win a game, so my focus was there.
Yikes. If that's the case, then I don't know how the Dolphins can move forward with Hill on the team. He's incredibly talented, but if he doesn't even want to play in a must-win game, then you gotta explore your other options. And there's plenty of time to do that, but I think the best spot for him to end up is in Denver. The Broncos are back in the playoffs for the first time in 8 years with a rookie QB and a head coach that's an offensive genius. So what more could Cheetah want? To make it more apparent, the Broncos are desperate for a playmaking wide receiver, as they had Courtland Sutton, who barely eclipsed 1,000 yards, yet nobody else came within 500 yards of him. If there's a coach that knows how to use speed on the outside, as well as add some creativity to his play calling, it's Sean Payton. Look at how he used Marcus Colston and Michael Thomas, and just imagine that, but in a slightly shorter and much faster Tyreek Hill. Also, there's another intangible Tyreek would bring to Denver that I think a lot of people are overlooking. For my thought process, just listen in to Sean Payton during his introductory press conference with the Broncos.
I use this story, and it's a compliment, and I'm very comfortable with it. When I got hired in New Orleans in 2006, we just had to look at New England if we really wanted to see, what the standard was. If we were making pizzas and there's a line around the block in front of their pizza parlor, then we might want to know what they're putting in their crust or their sauce.
So if you looked at the Patriots as a model pizza parlor for his time with the Saints, who would be his pizza prototype now in Denver? The Chiefs. And who could help provide insight into the way the Chiefs operate and how they built up their dynasty more than a former player. And if that former player can also be a deep threat to help you zoom past your division rival, that's just a win-win, man. But I also realize the Broncos fans aren't really focused on the offseason right now. It's all about the playoffs, having been led by the rookie franchise QB. For more on why Bo Nix should be Rookie of the Year, check out this past episode of Point of View. And the moment you've been waiting for, here's the answer to today's trivia question. We appreciate you tuning in. We will see you in the next one.